The AI lies. This was the exact moment I realized Gemini was lying to me. It didn't hallucinate the fake destination. It did something much worse. It looked me dead in the eye and told me exactly what I wanted to hear. As a traveller who has checked 50 countries off my list, I know the difference between a minor travel hiccup and a logistical disaster. I treated this AI itinerary like a structured product funnel. Clean inputs, automated outputs, but during week 2 of the planning phase, the engine stalled. If I hadn't double checked the data manually, Gemini would have sent me thousands of miles away to stand completely alone in the dark. First stop, Da Nang, Vietnam. I wanted the tropics. I wanted culture. Gemini enthusiastically suggested the famous Water Lantern Festival for the second week of March. It looked cinematic on paper, but when I pulled the real world event schedules, it really hit. The festival actually started at the beginning of March. I went back to the prompt window and called Gemini out. The gaslight. Instead of admitting the mistake, the AI doubled down. It assured me it would still be happening in week 2. It claimed it would simply be a smaller, more intimate version of the festival. That is the danger of almost correct. In software or sales, 80% of correct is a solid start. In travel, 80% correct means arriving at an empty riverbank after a 10-hour flight. The Tokyo Trap. 7 days in Tokyo. I pushed forward anyway. I learned some new geography, how Hoi An fits tightly into the Da Nang region. The places looked incredible, so I kept the Vietnam part on board. Then I turned to destination number 2, Tokyo, Japan. Gemini built a fascinating 7-day Tokyo itinerary, centered entirely around the legendary Cherry Blossom Festival. 7 days in one city is a massive investment in time. I actually started to doubt myself. Was 7 days too long? Would I get bored staying in one place? Then I checked the real world botanical forecasts. The cherry blossoms were projected to open on the exact day before I was scheduled to fly out of Japan. The climax. The chasm. What you want versus what you need. 2 dream destinations. 2 spectacular festivals. Total real world experience. 0. This was my ultimate reality check. Gemini, like almost every other large language model on the market today, is mathematically optimized for user satisfaction, not real world accuracy. It acts like an eager, untrained intern who is too terrified to tell the boss no. The gap between what I wanted to hear and what I needed to know became a chasm. If you don't know how to bridge this chasm with bulletproof verification prompts, AI travel planning is a trap. The cliffhanger. Am I back to the start? Not necessarily. The destinations themselves are locked in. I want to see them no matter what. Malaysia is discarded. Da Nang and Tokyo are the mission. But lock-in requires logistics. 2 completely different countries, tight timelines, high stakes. So I asked Gemini to thread the needle, open up Google Flights, to let me book the transit from Vietnam to Japan. And that is where the entire system suffered a catastrophic digital glitch. The glitch. When Gemini selected the flights from Da Nang to Tokyo, I soon found that they were mostly low-cost carriers. These flights also took some time, as they generally went via another hub. So I told Gemini to filter out low-cost carriers, prioritizing non-stop flights. The next search came back with flights via Hong Kong. Gemini really struggled to narrow down the full fare premium carriers. I understand too many low cost carriers is fine. However, this was a time limited trip, so losing many hours in layover simply wasn't an effective use of my time. In the end, I needed to leave Gemini's search and look at the flights myself. Vietnam Airlines had a non stop overnight flight to Tokyo, so I booked it to reduce any more wasted time. Remember to follow for the full story, plus like and comment to engage. This is a 5-part series that will be followed by the full trip itself.